engaging the community since 1970. This is WIS Awareness.
This morning on Awareness, we are celebrating excellence in education in South Carolina. Charleston County's Mary Huffman won the 2015 Gilder Lerman National History Teacher of the Year. Huffman teaches history at Charles Pinckney Elementary School in Mount Pleasant. Inside her classroom, students learn through props, play, reenactment, and community involvement. This year, Huffman will receive her doctorate in education from Walden University. And a Chapin principal is also among America's best. Lake Murray Elementary School's principal Claire Thompson has been named a 2015 National Distinguished Principal by the National Association of Elementary School Principals. In December of 2014, Thompson was named the Elementary Principal of the Year by South Carolina Association of School Administrators. She has been a principal for more than 20 years. Good morning and thank you for joining us for Awareness. I'm your host, Megan Norman. We have a full show focusing on the importance of education as we highlight the sciences, including an interview with Mae Jemison, the first African-American woman in space. But first, we want to recognize a few local trailblazers who are using their ingenuity and talents to better serve their students. I am joined by James Haggerty, a teacher at Summit Parkway Middle School in Columbia. He recently went an extra mile to encourage his students to excel in the sciences, technology, engineering, and math, and it landed him in space, sort of. James, please, thank you for being here, first of all, and tell us a little bit about this program that you were a part of.
Well, it's all funded by Honeywell. Honeywell being a engineering firm that has its products all over the world, and it wants to encourage teachers to take sciences, technology, engineering, and math, STEM, into the classroom. And so they put out a worldwide call for teachers to come experience Space Camp in Huntsville, Alabama, so that they can learn about these things to bring to their students back in the classroom.
And this focuses on middle school teachers
Well,
primarily?
it's middle school and high school.
And high school,
right.
okay. And so what are you taking back to your students?
I'm taking back a wealth of experiences that they gave us in terms of the sciences that they do in order to get people into space and even back to Earth. We had a great time flying simulators. We had a great time making and launching rockets. We even made shields that were to protect an egg from a blowtorch.
Wow.
So we did some incredible things there that I hope that we can include some of these design products in our program at Summit Parkway Middle School.
And I love the suit.
Thank you. I think it fits me well.
Now, do you find that your students are beginning to have a strong interest in STEM?
Yeah, the students come in with an interest, and we try to develop that interest. The students who come in and do the design projects that we provide for them as learning experience, they really enjoy getting to collaborate, getting to communicate about their efforts, and build those 21st century skills that we really need for the future.
Right. And you do want to help take them to the next step, right? Tell us a little bit about getting them into Space Camp.
Right. Well, our 8th grade students at the end of this school year have an opportunity to go to Space Camp. We're trying to get them funded so that they can go and experience the similar things that I did. We are trying to take various fundraising activities and provide for the students and their families who may not be able to afford just to lay down a full down payment for this. So we're continuing to fund through different varieties of activities these students.
And at this level, you really are starting their exposure to a variety of different areas. What is your overall goal for these students, and how do you make STEM fun for them and show them the importance of it so you hope that they carry it on throughout the rest of their careers?
Right. Well, the sciences, technology, engineering, and math, it can't be done in a vacuum. And middle schoolers, it's perfect because they love collaborating with each other. So we put them in groups, they design things, they actually get to produce things. For example, we have a 3D printer in our classroom. They go through the whole design process. They go through a marketing strategy. Whoever's product really gets the most feedback and data, okay, we produce that and we've sold things in our school that represents our school and gives us school pride.
Well, you're doing really awesome work. I wish I had that in 6th grade. I don't think I had anything close to that in middle school. So thank you for all the hard work you were doing to educate our students.
My pleasure, and it's my honor to be in the classroom.
Teachers and administrators statewide are looking into new ways to weave STEM into the curriculum, and it's starting to rub off on the students.
Champions of the Environment selects the Center for Advanced Technical Studies for their Sustainable Roofing project. Students will build several scale models using different roofing materials. They will analyze the energy efficiency of the different materials. Finally, students will share their findings with the school and community. Thank you, CATS, for doing your part for South Carolina's environment. CHEC, International Paper, SEENG, WIS, and WCSC proudly support Champions of the Environment.
The Center for Advanced Technical Studies in Lexington-Richland School District 5 prides itself on giving students hands-on experience and technical skills that can earn them certificates and college credits. There are a variety of courses, including clean energy technology. It's been offered since the school opened back in 2012. Students manufacture and test biofuels and explore alternative forms of energy. One student's project to create underwater turbines has earned him a South Carolina Young Innovator of the Year award. And joining me now is the award-winning Young Innovator and Chapin High School senior Tyler Wren. Also Patrick Smallwood, serving as inspiration and guidance for the students as an instructor for the Clean Energy Technology program. Thank you guys for being here this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Well, Tyler, I want to start with you because this is just so cool. First of all, congratulations on the many awards you have earned so far. Tell us a little bit about this design and how it came to be.
So in the class we have two different courses that we take, and in the second year it's very research based, and so we have to create our own research project. And so I was reading an article one day trying to figure out some of the ideas of what I thought I was going to do, and I saw a side article and it showed renderings of an underwater turbine as like the future innovation of hydroelectric energy. And so I saw that the blade designs on that rendering were very similar to wind turbines. And so I thought, well, fish swim through the water every day. Why can't we take what they've learned over the millions of years and apply it to our engineering feats? And so that's kind of where we found the biomimicry terms and found this whole separate field.
Wow, and just kind of walk us through the different models you have up here.
So up here, this is the manufacturer's blade that actually came with the underwater turbine that we purchased. And then from there, I've 3D printed some of my own designs. So I have a whale design. So I took the tubercles off of a humpback whale and applied it to our blade design here. And then trying to be eco-friendly and think about the state of South Carolina, I went with the brim. So out of Lake Murray, the dorsal fin on the brim, it channels the water flowing across their back. So we took that and applied it to this blade design. So we have multiple blade designs.
So creative, and you learned how to do all of this in your class, Patrick.
Yes.
Talk about what the focus is of your course.
Well, it's called Clean Energy Technology. It's an advanced career class, so it's an elective class that high school students can take, and they will encounter topics that they would not normally get in a traditional high school classroom. So we talk about all of the different forms of clean and renewable energy. We talk about climate change and sustainability. And we do it in what we think is a very unique way of teaching and learning. It's all project-based, it's problem-based, so me as the teacher, I serve as the facilitator. That's all I do, is I try to give them the tools to come up with these great innovative ideas.
Right. Now, do you think this curriculum needs to be expanded statewide? I know there was a conference recently that talked about that.
Yeah, so we held a showcase at our facility, and we were trying to just expose as many schools and districts across the state and even the country that would be willing to also adopt this type of curriculum and start doing things, in the classroom the way that we do, where, we give control of the learning to the students, and we let them explore what they want to explore. And, I didn't give Tyler this topic. He came up with it all on his own. And so I just helped him, get to the point where he's at now, where, hopefully towards the end of this year, he'll be able to file a patent for some of his work in high school.
That is so awesome and so inspiring, really. Tyler, what would you tell other students and other people about clean energy? Why do you think it should be important to everybody?
It should be important to everybody because one of these days our fossil fuels are going to run out, and I don't want to be looking in the mirror going, well, I could have done something, when I can start now and hopefully find an answer to it now and not have to wait.
Right. And so you are a senior this year. What is next for you?
So next I plan to go to Virginia Tech and kind of take this with me and major in ocean engineering and naval architecture.
Again, very inspiring. And Tyler, Patrick, thank you so much for being here and sharing this wonderful technology here in the curriculum with our viewers.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Still to come on Awareness, inspired by STEM to push the limits to infinity and beyond.
What was going through my head is I was actually remembering the little girl I was growing up on the south side of Chicago and how thrilled she would be that if she had known that her future self actually was there, because I always assumed I'd go into space.
How a childhood dream became history. More with Mae Jemison next. Welcome back to Awareness. Mae Jemison has valued the sciences since she was young. She became an astronaut and a doctor who enrolled in Stanford University when she was 16 years old. Len Keyes spoke to Jemison about her passion for science and why she believes it needs to start young.
It would be an understatement to say that science has been very kind to our next guest, and she has certainly soared. She's the first African-American female astronaut and the first African-American woman in space. And now the award-winning Dr. Mae Jemison has turned her focus to inspiring future innovators. Dr. Jemison, great to have you with us this morning.
Thank you very much. I'm really excited to be here to mark 20 years of really great work that's been done by Bayer Corporation. I've been really pleased to be a part of it, and a commitment to more future work.
And it was more than 20 years ago that you boarded the Endeavour for that history-making moment. I'm curious if you remember what was going through your head that day.
So, God, it's been more than 20 years, that's right, but you weren't supposed to say that, Len. But what was going through my head is I was actually remembering the little girl I was growing up on the south side of Chicago and how thrilled she would be that if she had known that her future self actually was there, because I always assumed I'd go into space. So I had this big grin on my face. And sort of all of that brings you back around to the fact that what we do with children when they're young makes a big difference to what they do in their lives. And one of the things that we know these days is that science literacy is extremely important for everyone, whether they intend to be a professional scientist or whether they are, in their everyday lives.
So now you're serving as an advocate for Bayer's Making Science Make Sense initiative, which is, as you mentioned, is celebrating 20 years. Tell us more about that program and also about some new plans to reach out to 1 million kids.
So Making Science Make Sense is really about helping to change the way we teach science, about hands-on experiences. Science is best taught by experimentation. Children come out of the chute excited about the world around them. They do their own experiments, right? They pick up the bugs, the snails. They're 3D beings. They experiment with things. And so what Bayer has been working on over the 20 years is helping to support teachers in that kinds of hands-on curriculum, helping to change how we think about science, to push science literacy for everyone. And this year, as we mark 20 years, we want to go forward and have people to say just thank you, right? For all the things that have been done. In fact, the campaign is to say thank you. So I'm going and putting a hashtag, say TKU, to my teacher, Mrs. Miller, from 6th grade, who made a really big difference in sort of pushing me to excel, not just to excel compared to others, but to really be truly excellent in myself. And I would ask you, Lynn, to go and do a hashtag, say TKU, to someone that you considered important for helping you sort of get settled in what science is and the importance it had in your life.
I would have to say that one person for me would be Imogene Roan, 5th grade. Actually, I remember her name and remember all her teachings very well. She certainly inspired me. And I'm glad that you guys are inspiring people to say thank you as well to all the teachers out there, the mentors as well. And a lot of that, I believe, starts at home as well, Dr. Jemison. What can parents do to get their kids more excited about science learning?
Well, here's the thing. In a survey that we did this year, parents said they would actually like teachers to send more homework, science hands-on homework, but sometimes the parents are uncomfortable helping the students with it. So what we've been able to do is to put together different kinds of experiments that parents can do with their kids at home. Also, information taken from scientists for the American Association for the Advancement of Science. Scientists said that when they were little kids, what made a difference was just their parents showing an interest, going to museums with them, going to the zoo, buying science toys, just being interested in their education. Their parents didn't have to, know the right answers. As parents, we want to know the right answer. But it's really showing an interest in things, to be willing to explore with the kids. And I think that that's really important, that we're willing to explore and learn new things.
Makes a huge difference. Yeah. Where can we get more information about making science make sense?
Well, actually, you can actually go to makingsciencemakessense.com. Really simple, makingsciencemakessense.com. Find out more information, and to post a thank you and to help create this 1 million experiences for hands-on experience for students. Parents, children, everyone should go to saytku.com, post your thank you, or do a hashtag with saytku, and let us know.
All right, and I want to let you know that we're all inspired by you and all of your accomplishments. I remember grinning as a kid looking at that poster of you in that orange suit and that big fancy headgear in your hand, and smiling really, really big. So thank you for all that you do. And thanks for speaking with us this morning. We appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
All right, Megan, back to you.
All right, thank you, Len. Certainly, Mae Jemison is still an inspiration to many generations. And she had a good idea. If you're on social media, say thank you to a teacher who made a difference in your life and use the hashtag #SayTKU. More excellence in education when awareness returns. A Midlands high school honored for its outstanding volunteerism and community service. Welcome back to Awareness. Serving others is a school-wide commitment at Eau Claire High School. That dedication has been honored with a 2015 Best Philanthropy Award by the Central Carolina Community Foundation and Columbia Metropolitan Magazine. Joining us now is Dion Jackson, a teacher at Eau Claire, and two seniors, Naya Brand and Madison Maxwell. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So how did community service and volunteerism become so big at Eau Claire?
Well, it all started back last year when we was approached through the national organization, the Jefferson Awards, to come back to the local area in Richland County School District 1. Our principal, June Page, she accepted the offer, and when the service came to Eau Claire, I was given the task to,
So you were given a task to create community service projects?
Yes, given the task to create community service projects. With that, we had 11 students in the 2014-2015 school year, and this year that count actually grew to 18 members this year.
Well, that's great. So Naya, please tell me a little bit about the community service projects that you all do.
Some of the community service projects that we are currently about to do, we started getting together with PDQ. They're having a Toys for Tots, so we're joining with them to help our families in our community to try to be better and get their families back on track. Little things that we can help here and there just to improve somebody else's life.
And I saw some pictures of a blood drive, collecting food. So you guys have really done a lot to help the community. And Madison, have you seen the impact of what you're doing?
Yes, and students and teachers. Because from the past flood, we've had a drive where students bring in items, and whether it just be a simple little toothbrush from a corner store or something, it just really impacts them.
Right, it means a lot.
Yeah, it really does.
Right, for someone who doesn't have very much. And Naya, you were telling me earlier about how good it feels to make a difference.
It does, just being able to do something for someone instead of yourself feels amazing. Just in general, whether it's just something little, it always makes a difference in somebody else's life.
And the two of you are seniors, so has this had enough of an impact on you to want to continue doing community service in the future?
Absolutely. Yeah, it does.
Why? Why do you want to do that?
I guess it's a childhood thing from when I was little. My mom always told me give back. Yeah. Doesn't matter where you came from, rich or poor. It's just good to know where you came from and to give back to the people that brought brought you to where you are today.
Yeah.
Right. And Dan, are you really seeing the students gravitate more towards community service and wanting to be a part of their community in that way?
Yes, as stated, last year we had 11 members. Now we're up to 18 members. We have some very good seniors this year as well as some juniors, very passionate about what they're doing. This year we're collaborating with the National Honor Society at Eau Claire. We're doing an angel tree Christmas wish list. Also with PDQ, as she stated, and also our local Target on Garners Ferry Road is also going to be contributing some items as well to help push those goals and make a successful drive for this Christmas.
And just really quickly, as we wrap up, I believe the school was given a $1,000 donation.
Yes.
So how is that going to be utilized?
We will use that. We'll come together as a committee, and we will talk about what we're going to use the $1,000 grant for that we won for Central Carolina Community Foundation.
And really the best way to utilize the funds?
Yeah, the best way to utilize the funds, yes.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, thank you all so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with the final thought. The limit of potential is endless. Teachers who are dedicated to their craft of pushing their students to that limit and igniting a passion need to be celebrated, as do the students who work to find solutions to make the world a better place. Access to information is important, and we need to make sure all students are exposed to all subject matter, including the sciences, technology, engineering, and math, and community service. We need to equip them with the right tools to succeed and believe in their ability. We'd also like to hear from you. Stay connected with us on Facebook. I'd like to thank all of our guests this morning. Until next time, I'm Megan Norman. This is Awareness.